Bucks fans, I'm back with part of the dynamic trio of Cranbrook Bucks goaltenders. Colton Bure, formerly holding the Cranbrook Bucks single season record for goals against average and save percentage. Colton, how's it going?
It's going great. Going great. How are you?
Pretty good, and great to finally have you on. I know we wanted to have you on after that debut and all the way back in the regular season opener, a shutout against West Kelowna. You go down with an injury, just came back a few weeks ago. So kind of a whirlwind season for you. How's it been, I guess, just kind of going through all that?
Yeah, it's definitely been probably the craziest season I've experienced so far. But I'm just thankful that the team supported me through it. And really early injury in the first game there. I think it was like the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game I got injured, and then was kind of able to finish the game. Wasn't getting too many shots or anything, so I was able to finish it off. And then a lot longer than expected for the recovery, but I was really happy to get back in there and definitely good way to win first game back.
Yeah, we were all pretty shocked to see that it had happened during the game too. I mean, you go out and you pitch a perfect game, and are
Yeah.
expecting more of the same. But yeah, thankfully Jaden Cholette, Miles Roberts did fine. Filling in the gaps. But I guess what's the relationship kind of been like with the three of you guys? Kind of, I guess, meeting of the minds all season.
Yeah, it was Miles came in really early on when I got hurt, and throughout the whole year, both of them have been great. Like we're definitely super close, the goalie union we call it. So good trio in the three of us. I think we get along really well off the ice, and I think we're all a little bit different and weird in our own ways, so it kind of works well together. And just learned a lot watching them throughout the whole season, right? I've been watching a lot of games, so I feel like that really helped me to be able to come back and add kind of aspects from Jaden's game or Miles's game into my kind of game, right? So, but yeah, we get along great. They're great. They're awesome.
And was it tough to get back into in-game action, kind of being thrown into that one in Salmon Arm?
Yeah, I mean, you can only practice so much, right? Like,
Mhm.
I'd kind of been on the ice for, I got back on the ice, I think it was like January 20th, and had a couple of weeks of just slowly working into things. I still had some pain and some certain ways of doing things I couldn't do how I wanted to. And yeah, I was just backing up that game and got told I was going in. I was like, oh boy, I haven't seen a game action in a while, right? So, I mean, it wasn't the best way to come back right away, but it was good to get a little bit of a feel for the puck, right? And I think that actually helped me a lot going into that Victoria game, just because it was like,
Mhm.
I'd been in a period since September, right? So, it was a little bit of an adjustment, but it was good.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's been a whirlwind to kind of watch, and I'm sure just being in your shoes, it's all that much more windier. So it's good to finally have some settledness, I guess, as we head into this home stretch. But taking it back a little bit, coming from Thunder Bay, Shoresy country, I guess just take us through your upbringing in the game out that way, and what brought you over to the Cranbrook Bucks.
Yeah, so I played Thunder Bay my whole life. I played pretty much double A growing up until my U16 year. I made the triple A team, and then ended up being the COVID season, so we didn't really play many games, but I was fortunate enough to get drafted to the OHL that year, and that kind of opened up a few doors for me where to go, and ended up moving to North Bay when I was 16, where I got drafted to and was able to kind of be like the third practice goalie there with the OHL team, and then play games for the triple A team. And then from there, moved on, played junior A for in the Sault Ste. Marie, so not far from home, all kind of around the same area there, but played there for the past 2 years. And then going to the off season, I originally signed with the team like in the Null, and then kind of realized it might not be a good fit for me there. So I was kind of looking at some other options, and literally like at the last second, I think it was like 10 o'clock at night one time, I got a text from Ryan Donald, Cranbrook Bucks. I was like, man, this is awesome, because I wanted to come out to the BCHL, right? So ended up working out well with the situation with kind of a younger guy with Jaden coming in, and thought I could bring some experience to the net, and kind of led on from there.
And being from that area, you got a lot of hockey to kind of grow up watching. Did you have a favorite goalie that you maybe try to emulate in your style today?
I mean, I would love to say Carey Price, because he's definitely my favorite goalie, but I feel like I'm more like kind of like a Jake Ottinger, or like even like a Hellebuck, like not crazy athletic, just kind of use that when I have to, but more like kind of a positional type of guy, and yeah.
Yeah, I've learned to become a very big Ottinger fan this year. I have him in my pool.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it's getting me some points. About the only thing I got going for me in my pool this year, but it's another interview for another time. It's actually
Yeah.
with the Rogers guys too, who are I'm sure watching right now. And getting back to the in-game action, so you've been able to kind of see most of the teams coming through throughout the season, from largely off the ice, a little bit on the ice too. But you've definitely got a good feel for how the Bucks stack up against some of these heavyweights. Coming into Brooks and Penticton this weekend. How do you view the Bucks against some of these, giants in the interior? You guys have gone pretty toe to toe with Penticton. You've had Brooks's number this season. Trail has been close. From the broadcaster's booth, it looks like it's shaping up to possibly be a pretty good playoff run.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at our conference, I think everyone is so tight, right? There's not really any teams you play where it's like a free win, even those kind of bottom teams. So you look at every game we've played against Trail, Penticton, Brooks this season, it's all been, for the most part, I think 1 goal games.
Mhm.
Um, I think like you look into playoffs, I think we're definitely a team you don't want to count out, right? I think on our best nights, we're beating those teams, right? So I think it's I'm excited to look forward to the playoffs here and kind of see how we shape up in a 7 game series against these teams.
Yeah, and I know the fans are starved for a good playoff run. I know talking to Sooks a little while back, a lot of the guys that are graduating, this is a kind of a big one for them too. So yeah, I know we're all hoping for much of the same. And I guess this weekend is kind of a good test for the team to just see if there's some kinks to iron out, going up against Penticton and Brooks.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think even when we talk with Ryan, he's really excited about our schedule here coming into the end, even though it's a little bit of a tougher one because, it
Mhm.
really gets us ready for that playoff type of hockey, that playoff style, and playing the top teams that we want to be playing, right? We want to beat those teams and kind of keep that rolling into playoffs. So this is obviously a huge weekend. And even next weekend, we got Penticton in Penticton. So that's going to be a good one as well. So I really like our games coming into the stretch here.
What would you say is Cranbrook's top strength besides goaltending?
Oh, I was going to say
If it
goaltending.
is
So you got me.
goaltending, say it. But
I mean, I would say goaltending any day of the week. I feel like we got a good trio there, but besides that, I mean, our some of our top lines are pretty good. We got some good scoring throughout the lineup. I mean, obviously Ras has been unreal this year, Fletch, those type of guys. So it's I honestly I feel like we're a really rounded out team. If you look step back and look at it, like besides goaltending, I think takes the number one spot. But I think besides that, we're pretty even throughout the lineup.
yeah, Nathan Lewin's going to love that answer. And
Yeah, yeah.
speaking of Nathan, having a guy with that NHL pedigree to kind of be your learning tree a little bit. How's that relationship been? How has he been helping you kind of get ready to get back on the ice through the injury?
Oh, he's been great. Like I think back to the first time I talked to him was probably in like July over the phone, and we just kind of had that click, kind of instant type of thing. And it was like really excited me to come here and working throughout the season. I know before I got hurt, he was really pushing us to kind of be ready for that step up to the league, and obviously worked out really well for Jaden this year. He's been just flying out there, but just coming back from injury, like taking a ton of time to work with just me on the ice, like really taking our time, working through things and just get me ready to step back into it, if whether that's mentally or physically on the ice. He's been there and really appreciate that from him.
All right, we'll start to wind it down here a little bit, Colton. Same two questions I give to everybody. First one is always the billets, big part of what we do here, underrated as well. Who you been staying with? You're a goalie, so I'm going to assume possibly a dupli. And then just how is that? How has that been staying with whoever you're staying with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not with the Duplies. Jaden's with the Duplies, but they're a big goalie
Okay.
one. I'm with the Bishlers, so they had Braden McIntosh last year, so they're kind of
Hmm.
familiar with kind of the weird goalies, right? They get it, and I'm also living with Jack McMinn too. He lives with me now, so they're awesome, right? I feel like you said, they're such unsung heroes, and
Hmm.
it's something that the team wouldn't be able to run without them, right? So just them being there for me, especially through my injury and stuff, and they've seen me up and down, that's for sure, mentally, and they've been there for me. So I really appreciate that.
I love that you brought up Braden there. He chirped me during one of these interviews last season, but it was like I didn't know I was being chirped because he was so polite.
Oh, I've heard great things about him. I've heard great things.
And last one, Colton. Big weekend coming up here. Fans are watching this during the season finale, so at home, anyways. Any messages for the Cranbrook Bucks fans out there, or anybody watching back home in Ontario?
I would just say, just don't count us out, man. I think when you look back in this team's history in the playoffs, like we're not satisfied, right? Like I know I'm a new guy here, but it still motivates you to get at least past the first round, right, and make a run. So, I mean, in front of the fans, we're really excited to keep this thing rolling, and I think it's going to be a special run.
Yeah, my last season too, so I'm hoping to get
Got to
a
do it
good
for you.
run
We're
out of you
doing it
guys
for you,
as well.
Wiley.
So,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, again, Colton, thanks for the time. Always very much appreciated when you guys take the time out ahead of a busy weekend. So I'll let you get back to it, and yeah, we'll see you at the rink.
yeah, for sure. Thanks, Wiley.
Bucks fans, Colton Bure. Bucks fans, Wiley Henderson here, play-by-play voice of the Cranbrook Bucks, and I'm joined by the newest member of the Cranbrook Bucks, Sam Rinaldo. Sam, thanks for taking the time today. How's everything going over there?
Yeah, it's going good. Getting settled in. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and usually to a newer guy, I say it's been a while, but I think we're only 10 games deep with you, so I'm kind of right on track.
Mhm.
So good timing, and you're coming at a time too when the team's playing quite well going into the playoff home stretch. So I guess just how much different is this situation from where you were before?
Yeah, it's always different joining a new team and a little bit more different being so late in the year, but it's been great. Like I feel like I fit in good with the guys and like the coaches a lot, so it's been pretty smooth so far.
Coming from, I believe, Rogers, Minnesota, I guess just take us through kind of your upbringing in hockey, Minnesota being such a great hockey state, and I guess what ended up bringing you out this way.
Yeah, it's Minnesota's very unique where you get to play in your hometown for so long. So I was able to play in my hometown of Rogers up through high school and graduate high school there, and then played about a season and a half in the United States Hockey League and was kind of looking for a new spot to play and got in touch with coach here in Cranbrook and found my way out here pretty soon after.
And you mentioned you're starting to get kind of settled out here. I guess how much different is Cranbrook from your old stomping grounds in Minnesota?
Yeah, definitely. I would say the mountains and the elevation was something to get used to. It felt like uh, losing my breath a lot faster for sure out there, but the mountains are beautiful and starting to get settled in, like I said.
So, you're, as I mentioned earlier, joining the team at a pretty crucial time of the season. I guess what's kind of the main differences that you're seeing, in the pace of play now compared to, back in Minnesota where you were playing before?
Uh, yeah, I mean, jumping from high school to juniors was definitely a bit of a jump, and I was glad I was able to get about a year and a half of junior experience before coming here. So it's definitely made it a lot smoother, but definitely from high school to juniors a lot faster, more physical.
Big Wild fan, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I am a fan of the Wild.
Okay, right on. Yeah, no, it's they've been fun to watch. Kaprizov's in my pool, so I'm hoping he gets healthy pretty soon.
Yeah.
Did you get to go to a lot of games at the Excel back in the day? And were your parents old North Star fans?
Yeah, my parents, they were fans of the North Stars, and I was able to make it to some Wild games, and they were a lot of fun. Always my favorite birthday or Christmas present for sure.
Yeah, and original home of the Mighty Ducks too. So
Hmm.
can't forget about that. Um, Taking a look at your style of play, just is there anybody that you kind of maybe emulate, or that you would say your style of game is comparable to at the NHL level?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few guys that I try to play like or emulate my game after. One of them being Jake Gensel. He's
Mm.
Played for the Penguins for a while. He's kind of been bouncing around a little bit. He's with the Lightning right now, but I mean, good player. He's won a cup. Not like the flashiest player, but I think he's really smart and finds a way to get stuff done, and his skill comes out when he needs it.
Yeah, I'm a Canucks fan, so it sounded like we were close to landing him last year, but it slipped through. That would have been a nice get for us. But moving on, obviously. Um, Taking a look too, just on the ice, just who you've been kind of matched up with for your line mates and how that chemistry is building. Again, a very crucial time of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of rolling up and down the lineup, playing with a lot of new guys. I mean, it's kind of what you expect joining a new team this late. You don't really have that chemistry that you've built, but started to find my chemistry recently with Matthew Gilmore. I feel like me and
Right.
him have played pretty well together, and yeah, looking to build off that.
Now, looking a bit ahead, you've inked a college commitment. Just, I guess, tell us a little bit about the program that you've committed to and what spoke about that program to you and what brought you there.
Yeah, so I'm committed to the University of St. Thomas. It's a new Division I program in Minnesota. It's about 30 minutes from my house, which is nice. That obviously played a big factor in my decision. And yeah, I mean, they're in their first, I think this is their fourth year. Next year will be the fifth year. They're making all the jumps to Division I, building a new rank, getting a lot of money going into the program, and it should be a great place to play. I mean, I love the culture there. I think that's why I chose it. I think the coaching staff there is really building something special, and I want to be a part of it.
And of course, that's still a little ways away, a bit of mileage to get through the season here in the playoffs. Taking a look at that, again, still a bit away, but just how you feel you stack up against some of the teams that you've seen so far. I mean, we've seen in recent weeks Sherwood Park, Salmon Arm. You're going to see Penticton here. We've seen Brooks. Just how you think the Bucks level out against these guys? Trail included in that too, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I've only been here 10 or so games. I haven't seen too much, but I mean, from what I've seen and what we think as a team, I think that we can play with anybody, and we just need to have our best, and we think we can play with anybody out there.
Yeah, and it's it's been really fun to watch this group kind of come of age as the season's gone along, maturing and getting healthier too at a very good time. It should be a very good run for the fans out here and very good experience at the rink in the playoffs. You'll get to, I guess, get a taste of that pretty quick here in a few weeks. But moving into these last few weeks of the regular season, I guess what you want to maybe see refined on the end of your game, like anything that you want to work on to sharpen up heading into the postseason.
Yeah, I'd say for my game, I'd like to start producing a little bit more. I think I've been here for 10 or so games, kind of felt it out, and I've had my moments here or there, but I'd like to start producing offensively while still being defensively responsible.
And we'll start to wind down a little bit here. I kind of go with the same two questions when the interview kind of closes up. First off, we could give a chance to give a shout out to the Billets. They're such a huge part of the organization, underrated too. So who has your brief stay so far been with, and what are they doing to make your stay better?
Yeah, so I've been staying with Candace and Dave Boomer. They've been awesome, like anything I've needed. It's actually, I'm their first billet, so it's actually been really special with them. Like their first ever billet, I wanted to make a good impression. They've made a great impression. I mean, I don't have a car out here, so sometimes they've been driving me to the rink, and I'm really appreciative of that. And yeah, they've been awesome. I can't say enough.
It might be a blessing you avoid our gas prices that way. That's all right, and I guess last one. Any shout outs to give to the Cranbrook Bucks fans or anybody watching back in Minnesota?
Yeah, I'd say just be there, get ready for playoffs, and crowds have been great so far, and keep doing that and be loud out there.
All right, Sam, awesome. Thank you for your time. I know it's a busy weekend for you guys. Last couple of home games of the season, so a couple of big ones against a couple of big opponents. So lots to get to this weekend, but we'll see you at the rink. And yeah, thank you again for taking your time to join us today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bucks fans, that's Sam Rinaldo.